welcome to Mixed Reviews. Every week we take an album from Spotify and we review it. I'm Liam.
I'm Brendan.
And I'm Ross.
This week we're going to be doing Because the Internet by Childish Gambino. Childish Gambino is, for anyone who doesn't know, his real name is Donald Glover. No relation to Danny Glover, I found out, which was kind of disappointing. But anyway, he's a rapper, he's a comedian, he's an actor. His most famous acting role was as Troy Barnes in Community. Brilliant show, by the way, go watch it. As Childish Gambino, he's toured quite a lot. Like he was at Coachella as well. He's also toured a lot for his stand-up comedy act, which he does under his own name. Because the Internet is his second album, his first was Camp in 2011. Personally, I thought Because the Internet was a bit of a hard album to listen to at first. In terms of like the kind of album that it is, obviously it's a rap album, but it's a very concept album kind of thing. Like if you've heard Linkin Park's Thousand Suns, it's kind of like that. There's a lot of like just audio clips and a lot of little production effects. It can make it a bit hard to get into. I struggled with it because there's a lot of different sounds in there, and it can kind of get in the way of the lyrics, or at least I found it did at first. But after a little while, I got used to it, and I actually started to enjoy the album. There's some pretty good lyrics in there too. Like there's one on there's a track called Sweatpants. It's one of the ones he's made a video for. The line's basically, "You faker than some sweet and low. Yeah, you got some silverware, but really, are you eating though? Breakfast, lunch, and dinners for beginners. You ain't eating though." I have no idea what he actually meant by that, because from the sounds of it, he's kind of a bit of a weirdo, which works for some things. Yeah. Personally, I thought it was kind of a, you might have the tools, but what are you doing with them? I'll be honest, most of the tracks didn't really strike me, in any particular way. Like, there's 3005, which was like the launch single for it. It was like your typical, I don't know, love rap, I guess you call it. But other than that, there weren't any tracks that were particularly memorable for me. What did you guys think?
Well, on my end, I could not get the album on Spotify at all. Zip, nothing, no tracks. So I had to find other sources.
Hey, dude, I had to do that for All Time Low the other week, so that's
alternate legal sources.
Yes.
Alternate legal sources.
Legal.
Yeah.
With my lasers.
Keyword sharp with freaking
That's legal as they can get. Yeah, so I could, to be honest, I really didn't like the album. It's not my kind of music. I think I've said it once before while doing the show. I don't particularly like rap, so yeah.
Yeah, I think it was when we were reviewing Kid Cudi.
Yep.
Yeah, that's it.
As for someone that actually listens to rap kind of frequently, I must say, Liam, not exactly the best choice. The audio clips and everything just sound like a big mess. It was really hard to get into. Really hard.
Yeah.
Essentially, there's a meme that says, "Thank God this word rhymes with this word." Yeah. That's definitely.
Let's just say this word rhymes with bigger.
Let's just say naggers. South Park.
Yeah.
Yeah. Regardless, though, it just there's a lot of internet pop culture brought into the album, but it's forgettable. It wasn't something very memorable.
Yeah, definitely agree with that.
So, yeah, I think he talked about like hashtags in one of his songs for a little while. Like, why do people do that?
Well, the album is called Because the Internet. You know, kind of in the name. Hashtags are an internet thing. As is Viber, which is one of the things that's on there. Yeah, he. From what I've seen of him, like of interviews, he's a bit of a nerd. But yeah, and he's got the skill. But this album was just a bit of a mess because of the production, I think.
Makes sense.
So, yeah, any other thoughts? Either of you?
I've got some really bad cotton mouth.
We won't discuss that. Gotta keep the show clean. We've already had a South Park reference, come on.
Yeah, so might as well just say, like, we got some really bad cotton mouth.
Yeah. But yeah, as far as the album goes.
As far as the album goes,
Yeah.
ranking wise, I'd give it like a 4 or a 3.
Okay.
Probably a 3. Probably a 3.
I'm gonna give it a 2.
Yes,
You can give it a 1, Brandon.
No, 1 or 2. You know, low is low. Just because it was on community, that's about it.
Yeah. Well, I'm gonna give it a 6, which personally I thought was pretty harsh, but like I said, it's a hard album to get into. But I liked a couple of the tracks, just nothing really stood out. Yeah, so that's the show. Pretty short one this week. Ross, will you stop doing that? Just so that everyone knows, Ross is making stupid faces on the hangout that we're doing. And he did this last week, which is why Brandon told him to stop. But, yeah, it's really distracting. Anyway.
Soon we'll have video capabilities. You can now see the faces I'll be making.
Oh, God. I'm going to get taken off YouTube. It's going to be a thing that happens.
You're banned in, like, everywhere.
We aren't already. Anyway, end of the episode. If you want to follow us on Twitter, all the details are in the description. Right underneath the like and subscribe buttons. So, you know, just putting it out there if you want to click those. We haven't got any objections to that. Yeah. See you next week. Bye.
See you.
Hey, 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 hey.
Nope.